Evening, folks. Welcome back to the channel. And smash that like button right meow. You know you're going to have a good time. It's the short sleeve shirt, so it's a balcony chat. Just come in and get comfy. I need to get my chat rooms opened up, both YouTube and Twitch. Since if you have a Twitch handle, you have a chat room. So you might hear me twice for a second. Okay. Nikki M. Carlin, don't sue me for playing your videos. Chat. The term pop-out chat makes it sound like it's 3D or something. It's the last thing we need. We've got too many animations on screens now. We don't need it to be bumpy as well as animated. It's my hat. Same hat, the same hat. It just feels like it's sitting different. Okay. Oh, what's up? What to go to? Glad you made it. Says, you look marvelous and sound nice too. Thank you. So do you. You typed that very clearly. It wasn't in 3D or anything. I think what it is, whenever my voice feels crunchy, it doesn't come off that way. It just sounds worse in my own ear than to you guys, so that's all right. I'm just kind of sleepy. I sort of did think about popping another 200 milligrams of caffeine, but then I thought I might want to, go to sleep between now and sunrise. I don't know what that's going to do to me. I don't know, because again, I'm usually tired after these, but maybe I'll get a rush afterwards if I've got 700 milligrams of caffeine in me. So like, maybe not. I kind of don't want to. I want to get more than 2.5 hours of sleep tonight. Okay, is that? Yeah, okay, both chat rooms are open. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, it's like I was saying before, I just did not have time to get reviews done for Dark Shadows, but that's okay because I did get a chance to do a balcony chat last week, last month. So I'm sort of starting out with one on a Saturday this year, this month. I know all of my words. I know I'm gonna misspeak. I apologize for that ahead of time. I watched my last review back and I was really fidgety. I was really uncomfortable, and it's because I kind of screwed up, screwed up the recap and recap what I was gonna talk about that night. But I did it. I made that mistake. I called Jason McGuire, Jason Morgan. Like, I knew that was gonna happen. That's why I warned you guys against it. So it only happened once, but I noticed. I didn't. I knew I was gonna do. Oh my god. So that happened. It's fine though. Everything else is still in there. I'm still stuck to my notes pretty much at 99%. I really don't ad lib too much. The last few reviews I've been reading my notes beforehand. Last time I kind of didn't have a chance to read all of them, so while I was getting set up, I had the episodes I was going to review playing on Tubi, and so I was just listening to the episodes while I was setting up. And if you do like Dark Shadows, you can watch it for free on Tubi right now. The link for that is in the description for the show and for the channel. And they also have it on Internet Archive. All of that's free if I didn't just say so. Or you can do like I did and got the still in the box set DVDs for Dark Shadows. It was just north of $400, almost exactly 2 years ago. But it's totally worth it. It's totally worth it. The only time I really watch it on Tubi now is if it's raining, if there's a thunderstorm, I'll unplug the DVD player and watch it on that instead. That way I don't have to go through the hassle of buying a new $50 DVD player in current year. That sounds like too much of a hassle. So Tubi's there. It just doesn't like the DVD will stretch out the shot whereas Tubi makes it look like it's TV. So you got those the black bars on the side, which is fine. That's just how TV shows the aspect ratio was. But it's weird when you're used to seeing it stretched out, and then you see everybody a little bit skinnier. But it's they do have subtitles. Tubi does, the DVDs don't. So if you're ever about a line, check it out on Tubi for the subtitles. They won't always be right, but they do have that option. That is there. And then most of my setup is pretty much the same. It's like all the same equipment, the same stuff, everything's sitting on, the same table that the lamp was sitting on. I guess it's a little bit farther away from me than it used to be. I'm not sure. It's pretty close. It's pretty close. But yeah, Thursday I got everything moved over. It was sort of in the evening. It seemed like right when the show was going to be starting at 7. That's when, yeah, everything's getting moved, everything's getting put in vehicles. And at one point, I mean, I popped in the chat room at one point and said, hi, I'm moving right now. And, then later on, I looked at my phone. It was exactly 8 p.m. So 2000, 20 hours. Oh, I don't know how to say it. I just know how to read the 24-hour clock. And I'm like, oh, they're halfway into the show, and I'm moving boxes and climbing upstairs. And so I hope everybody had fun. I really thought, okay, we'll get over there, and I could just chill and do the chat room thing. But stuff needs to be moved over. The Wi-Fi wasn't even on yet. I'm not trying to be a dick and watch everybody else move my stuff while I'm just, sitting typing on a wireless keyboard or something. Erica, what's up? Glad you made it. Yeah, moving is a nightmare. Just, because you pack stuff up and you feel like you've lost half the stuff you own, and then you're slowly finding it all again, but not in the order you would prefer. And like, of all the things I thought I lost and I've refound, the one thing that I cannot find, and I just lost it last night since I've been here, it's my teeny tiny itty bitty hair clip. Because my hair can't hold up a regular hair clip because it's dead, RIP. And it's also clear. So I'm like, I'm laying, it's like when you lose a contact lens and you got your head down like that, and I'm shining a light trying to look for it. I'm like, you know what? It's too late for this shit. I really don't care. I don't need it for work, meaning this. So I just don't care. So I'm going to go out and buy some more. And you can't buy just one, you get a pack of like 18. And then I'm going to find it. I got some boxed up somewhere. That's how it goes. You find something, you buy, you replace it, you find the old one. Like I bought the soundtrack for Casper from 1995 3 times in my life. And it's because I lost one, bought a second one, found the first one. Then I lost the first one. I had the second one, lost the second one, bought a third one, found the second one. Great soundtrack, James Horner. If you have not seen that movie, there's no excuse in this day and age. It's 30 years old. And the special effects still hold up. I got a table over here now. It's just the table that the TV goes on. But oh yeah, moving sucks. I remember moving before, and we were just in between two places, and I had gone to it just picked up some McDonald's, and maybe it's because the house I was moving from was closer to the McDonald's, so I just went there and sat there and ate it. And no heat on in the house. It was February, and like no furniture in there. I'm just sitting on the floor with my Mickey D's, and I can't talk about it because it'll make me cry. But the song "Mockingbird" by Eminem fucks me up. There's a line in there talking about sitting in a empty house reminiscing. That's all I can say. Now it's starting to hurt. Like I can't hear the word mockingbird or it fucks me up. I need to stop talking about it because I watch these back and that's gonna fuck my head up. So anytime I listen to that song, I think about that back from 2005, and I'm like, it's too close to home. God damn it. But yeah, that's just one memory I have from the last time I had to really. I mean, like I moved a couple other places for a short period of time, but that's just the biggest move I had to make back then. But it just it's a thing. You got to do it, and I'm just sort of across town, kind of. I mean, like the town, it's sort of stretched out along the lake, so it doesn't go down. It's not very deep, but it has girth. So maybe I'm right about in the middle of town now versus the side of town. And before, my bedroom window faced east, and then I got here and I'm busting out the compass on my phone and I'm turning it, and like, because the windows are back there, and I'm turning it in such a way it's basically now I'm facing west. So like, I'm when I was pointing one way the last place, now I'm pointing the other way this place, which is great because I don't have to worry about the sun coming in first thing in the morning. A one to go to says, I've been trying to find any of my two glue guns for a week, and I haven't moved for decades. I will be sitting still, like have not gotten up for an hour, taking notes for dark shadows. And like, oh, where's my pen? I don't know. Where's my other pen I was using? I don't know. I just like the bed is made. It's not like there's like folds in the blankets, but they just vanished. But then you stand up to go to the bathroom or get something to drink, and suddenly you hear stuff fall on the floor. You look down, and it's like Harpo Marx in a movie when he steals stuff, and suddenly everything falls on the floor. But it's nothing but pens. Like, why couldn't I find it? I did. Okay, maybe it's my bad. The shirt's black, the pen's black, but I didn't move. I didn't move. I swear I didn't move. I know my memory's bad, but where did they go? It always happens. Just if somebody can figure out that mystery, figure out this mystery. This has always pissed me off. When you wear glasses and it rains, yeah, they're gonna get wet. So like rain is less fun when you wear glasses. But why does the water always get on the inside of your glasses? You can walk with your head straight down like that in the rain, and rather than it getting wet here, somehow it's going to drip on the inside of your glasses. Why? Like how when you drop bread, it always falls like jelly and peanut butter side down. That's how it is with glasses. It's like they're cursed. I don't get it. I do not get it. But yeah, I got because I had to put some stuff in storage about a month ago. So there's just been half of the stuff that I'm used to seeing just not in my room. And okay, so I've dealt with that. Okay, I can see more of the walls. That's fine. And then I get over here and I don't have any of that stuff back yet. But because it's just that lack of stuff. And if something goes on for 2 weeks, it feels like it's been forever. I think that's why it feels like I'm always in a hotel, like I'm always traveling. It hasn't clicked in my head that I'm gonna be here for ever, not just like a month or a week or something. I can get closer, cool. So it just feels like I'm traveling and in the Netherlands. Like I say, I wake up here, I can hear cars driving by, it's raining, and it's cold. It was like 10 degrees Celsius when I was in the Netherlands, so let's say like 50 degrees Fahrenheit. And then we get over here, and it's just a little bit cold this time of year, like, 8 and 6 and 12 degrees Celsius. I'm like, this is like being Dutch, but everybody speaks English, WTF, and the roads are worse, but just so it just always feels like I'm in again, like I say, a big hotel, but my stuff is here. I wouldn't travel with this much stuff. I don't have to pack bags and bags and bags of stuff like women do to travel. So eventually it's going to feel like not feel temporary anymore. And it's going to, maybe I just need to have a good day in here when I can get enough to eat and drink and be more awake and have a place to put things. But like I was saying, I think all of that's going to fall into place after I do this show. It was just so, like, I'm not the type that needs to constantly be online. I don't always have to be like scrolling through an app or something like that. So it's not like I'm addicted to the internet. Yes, I've always got it on YouTube. Basically, if I'm not watching Dark Shadows, but like I'm watching a variety of stuff. I watch Graystill Plays, I keep up with Puff's Gaming 81. Sometimes I listen to music. I gotta get into music with you guys. Random stuff, so it's not like and like I can sleep with the TV off too, so it's not like it always has to be on. It's not like that. But it was just the fact that I need Wi-Fi to do my show. If there's one thing I want to be consistent with, it's I was gonna say my upload schedule, but these go live. My going live schedule. I need one consistent thing in my life, and that's the show. And I was just so focused on that, I couldn't think of anything else. But now that once I get done, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow, and once the caffeine kicks in, I'm gonna just okay, it's starting to feel normal. Okay, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be okay. Sorry to breathe at you. Do you ever watch these videos where they want to tell you about the history of some celebrity, so that they walk around the city where they lived, or they walk to the hotel where they stayed, and then they go to the cemetery where they're buried, and the whole time they're out of shape, so they're out of breath the whole time, and they're narrating, and they're doing it live. And then it's windy. And cars are driving by. I don't listen to that. I can't. Like, dude, you film it, like, smile at the camera, and then record the video separately. This is not a workout video. If you're gonna huff and puff in the video, I'm not watching it. Like me, I'm not in shape. So if I were to do that, if I were to walk down the stairs and walk back up, I'd be huffing and puffing for 5 minutes, and nobody wants to see that. Like, bitch, lose some weight, get it together. So I would say to myself, I'm not just being that much of a dick. Oh, what's up, Joe Taylor? Glad you made it. Says Nikki, just wanted to say hi. How are you? How are you doing? Did you get situated? Do you like your new place? It's still like I've got maybe about half my stuff here. There's just maybe a couple of big pieces of furniture that I don't have in my bedroom, and just some random little stuff. But I pretty much for the most part like it. It's bigger. This is about twice the size of the bedroom I had before. Three nifty things about this place. I told you it has gray walls. Like if you when you first walk in, there's a room. I guess it's the living room, and then you get this sort of. It's not a hallway. It's more like a square with the doors leading off everywhere, like kitchen, bathroom, bedrooms. There's even an attic and some closets. That's a dark gray. But then you get into the bedroom, it's a lighter gray. And when I got here, I had my sunglasses on. So I'm looking at it over my sunglasses. I'm like, are these gray walls? So I like that. Except for this, like half of the wall, it's like white, like it's an accent wall. But there's a thing in the middle here, and this thing in the middle here is a fucking fireplace. It doesn't work, but it's still it's got the thing, and like the tile, and like a little mantle to set stuff on, and it looks like there should be a picture hanging up there. It's not like the drawing room at the old house or anything. I can't put up a picture of Josette Collins up there, but it feels like there should be like a landscape size portrait of something up there. Um, Gotta get a drink for I got the third thing. You'll love this. And I kind of wish I was out there now. The third thing is that's awesome about this place. It has a balcony. No shit. It's up on the second floor, so you get up here and there's a little area like you could put some chairs and whatever. Like it's the fucking balcony. So I've actually got the thing. It's sort of like it needs to be painted. It's rather old. It's in the back of the house. I don't think you're supposed to see it, but it's a balcony. No shit. I lucked out. So because of that, I really don't mind the whole second floor thing. And I'm closer to the lake, so if it floods, I'll be fine. We don't have flooding like that. It's fine. So yeah, gray walls, fireplace, balcony. Totally sweet. I just don't like that the bedroom it's got a bay window, and that sounds nice until you remember that the sun comes out, and I've got really bad vision, so that was just hell for the first day. But again, you just get some black trash bags, cut them down the seams so they're twice as long, and then you tape them up there, which is so safe because I don't really have a step stool to step on. Just it's like a very sturdy plastic container that can hold my weight, so I guess I don't weigh that much. Doing that at 3:30 in the morning last night, so it would be ready for it today. Yeah, that's totally safe. Oh, you don't need any Carmex. Sorry if this is brushing that. But yeah, those are closed off for now, so that's fine. I can see and hear when I get up in the morning. I just think that I need to. I mean, like never mind the stuff, because like stuff is just stuff. Like listen to what George Carlin has to say about it. But I think once I get through with the show, and then go to my house in Minecraft, I'll feel better. That will help out. Maybe I need to have some coffee. I haven't made coffee here yet because I just found the coffee pot again. Just little stuff like that. It really is so cold. It really is so cold. It was, I checked the temperature before I went live, and it was 72. I would really prefer it be 75 at least, but like there is heat. You turn it on. It's you can't have it on now because the vent for it's a little bit behind my backdrop here, but you would be able to hear it. And it feels nice, it feels good, even if it is a little bit loud, but you shut it back off and it's like I miss it. It's there's it makes me think of walls that are a cheese grater because the heat just does not want to stick around, that it just flies out somewhere. So okay, so if heat rises in the summertime, it's just gonna escape through the gaps so it won't get too hot. So okay, cool. Jote, cool, puff puff pass, lol. Yeah, so we could literally smoke out on the balcony. You don't just have to do it in your basement, or like there is an attic, but I haven't been up there yet. Just going up all the stairs and my lower back being bad. It's like I don't care what's up there. I don't care if Anne Frank and her family are up there. They can stay up there as long as they're quiet. I do not care. Like I do like that difference. Before I was on the second floor, so there was always noise above me. Like why do you guys have to be up at 3:30 in the morning? I know you don't have jobs. But now there's just people below us, don't know them, don't care. But I guess the vents are connected because I could smell their cooking. I it's they're good cooks, I suppose, so that's fine. They're not cooking trash, so at least it smells like good food. Because the last place again, it was apartments, not the good part of town. So you go through the hallway, and either smelled like food, or it smelled like they were smoking out on the balcony. So like you walk from the door to your apartment door and suddenly you got the munchies. Oh, Dandy, what's up? Glad you made it. Said, hey, Nikki, I caught up with last week's episodes that I missed on Tubi this week. Oh, cool. Yeah. Those are really fun episodes. And then you get an extra week since this is a balcony chat this week. But yeah, since I've got those windows closed off, I'll be able to finish doing some reviews. So next Saturday will be like a regular Dark Shadows review. And yeah, theoretically, I would like to get back into doing one extra balcony chat at least once a month on a Friday. I don't know if it's going to be uh, this month. I mean, I can if I can fit it in. If not, then I can do it in June. Start up again in June. But I like the doing something different. I like doing them both. I really do. I'm figuring out that I can't not do this. It's so like I could never just stop doing live shows. You get into it, and I don't want to say it's like an addiction, but it kind of is because I would go through. I would get the DTS if I couldn't do a show. I think that's why I was so fucked up the last few days. That like I need my fix. I need to go live. I need to talk for 2 hours in a room by myself like a psycho. At least it's live and you guys can see me. Dandy said, I made a friend of mine watch them with me. LOL. Oh, cool. Did they like it? Or did they like, well, what the fuck are you having me watch, man? Jote, some loser we all know is such a dick. Glad to see some people sticking up for you in the chat. I'm banned and can't. Oh, were they? Yeah, that's been a whole big thing that's been going on since January. He's a dick because he's a loser. If here's somebody who has. I mean, I don't watch their channel, but you take somebody who has no content other than what's made with AI, from what I understand. They don't like they're not a gamer. They don't have a live show. They're not a singer. They don't have a. They're not doing tutorials. They're like, here's how to build a birdhouse. Like you're doing nothing but talking shit at people who are creative. And it might not seem creative to just be doing a live show and talking, but there's more to it than just talking. Because have you ever sat with somebody for 2 hours and they talked and had nothing to say? You wouldn't sit through that. Oh, Dandy said his friend, he liked him, he used to watch him as a kid. Whoa. That must be weird watching something from when you were like 15. I don't know how old that person is. And then you watch it now, like, whoa. Like, you ever watch a movie you really liked? Like, oh, dude, I was 7. I love this movie. And then you watch it as an adult, like, I see why I liked this when I was 7. It's of its time. Not everything holds up. Yeah, it's easy to talk shit when you're a loser, but look at the people who are creative and are making content. They don't really go around talking shit because they're not losers. So if all you can do is run your mouth at people who are better than you, you're just proving how low you are. So those aren't the people you want to hang. I mean, it's okay to be able to criticize something. You don't want to be nice. I mean, like, it's okay to be nice to people, but you can still be thinking in your head like, dude, this sucks. I would have never made that video. But good for you. Good job. You don't just go and talk shit. And the thing is, he's talking shit in a chat room that's not his. He goes to his friend's chat room and harasses the other chatters. Okay, why isn't he at his own show harassing people in his own chat room? Oh, he doesn't have a show because he's a loser. So, like, if he I mean, some people do. There are content creators who have beef with each other and then start drama. Which I'm not into that, but it does happen. But that's not what this is. It's like you invite your friend over to your house and they start insulting the other guests, even just because they know the person who owns the house. You get what I'm saying? Like, you don't have the balls to just randomly criticize people in random chat rooms. No, you specifically go to your friend's room knowing that your friend is not going to kick you out because, for whatever reason. I know why, but just for whatever reason, you're not going to get kicked out, and they're just going to let you talk shit at people who do more in 2 hours than you've ever done in 60 years. I don't know how old that person is. They're like 5 years old. Jote says, I think he's jealous that you have more of a connection and are fun in the chat room. I think that's what it is, because they're just in the closet and they're not fun to talk to. If you like recycled jokes, then that would be your thing. But I mean, yes, everything I say is not an original line, but I'm not a comedian, so I can borrow from other sources, and I always have. If I like a funny line that I heard in a TV show 30 years ago, I'm just waiting for a chance to use it somewhere else. That's okay. I'm not saying it's original. If somebody called me on it, I would give credit where credit's due. Like, I've heard that before. I'm like, yeah, I know it's from Futurama. So, I'm not a joke stealer, but I'm also not a comedian, so I'm not held to the same standard as them, and I'm also not funny. So that's my saving grace. If I was a comedian or a comic, it would be different. Joe Taylor, so disappointing that someone hasn't said or done anything. They've had things to say, but I haven't read them because, like from A Song of Ice and Fire, words are wind. You can say, anybody can say anything they want, but it comes down to what you do, and nothing's been done. And this has been going on since January, February, March, April, May, 4 months this year. This year has been nothing but needless bullshit. There's bullshit going on in the back, behind the scenes in the chat room, and this bullshit move. And the year is more than halfway over. And yeah, if that doesn't get resolved by New Year's Day, that's going to become content. I'll have a lot to say. I've had to do a lot of letting YouTube know what's going on beyond hitting the report button. I've had to go so far as to email them, and I have to get back with them. I'm like, look, if any of these other avenues worked, I would have done them, but I have been doing them since January. YouTube's done nothing. The channel owner has done nothing. YouTube says it's the channel owner's responsibility to moderate their moderators. So if they're not doing anything, if you don't do something, I will. I follow the right steps. If you see something going on in the chat room that violates the YouTube guidelines, whether it's a harassment or doxing, spamming, anything like that, when you see something like that happen, the first thing you're supposed to do is let the channel owner know, like hey, I saw this spamming going on, or I saw this, these, say two people are always fighting in the chat room. Hey, I saw this going on. I know, it just, like, the YouTube guidelines are there when you go into the chat room. They don't have a lot, so it doesn't take a lot to go through and just like glance through them. They're easy to know, even if you don't care to know them. It's like common sense things that adults would know. So if you see that happen, let the channel owner know, hey, I saw this thing happen. That's all you have to do as far as contacting the channel owner. You see it happen a second time, that's what the report button is for. And there's a few options there. Like for me personally, there's the harassment one. Is this harassing you or someone else? It's harassing me. I do that for every single comment when that comes up. And you don't have to notify the content creator, you or the channel owner. You've done your due diligence as far as letting them know about it happening the first time. It happens a second time, use the report button. It's been going on and off for months now. I've got screenshots of everything. I have sent those along to the channel owner. Again, nothing's been done, so I had to take further steps. The last time that happened, last month, and had to go so far as to, like, well, what's Google's or YouTube's actual email, and had a back and forth with an actual person, not just an automated thing. So yeah, I just have to keep on that because it's been going on so long, and I have so much documented evidence that there's no reason why that, not the channel we go to, but there's no reason why that other person should have a channel if that's the way they behave, since we're all over 18. But it's like I've said before, whenever I'm dealing with cowards, it's always two or more of them versus myself. It's never 1v1. It's never a PvP situation. It's just a group of cowards coming after one 5'3" chick. Yeah, you can't get the same connection with people by harassing one person as you can by actually showing up to the place for 11, almost 11 and a half years, and making a connection with people and actually, like, caring about them. I know we're words on a screen, but I realize we're more than that. We're all actual real people, and I realize that. I respect that. I love that. That's one thing I've always liked about connecting with folks online. The fact you can be where you are, talk to somebody in Australia, talk to somebody in Europe, talk to somebody in Italy, anywhere, everywhere. That, it still blows my mind. I'm never going to get over that. People couldn't do that 30 years ago unless you knew somebody's address, like Dear Philippe in France. Joe Taylor, it's so disrespectful, sad, and uncomfortable to watch. If you see that, report it. Do that, like this is harassing somebody else thing. Like, do that. That helps out. All those add up behind the scenes, even if you can't physically see it. No, we didn't have a falling out, so I don't know where it's coming from. I don't. I'm sort of the same. I mean, like, I'll be honest. Everybody you see in a video, in a movie, TV show, anywhere, even this, like, nobody is exactly the same in front of a camera as they are in DMs. Some people really want to be fake and put on a happy face, and maybe they're assholes in the background. Maybe they're very close to how they are. I feel that's how I am because this is basically how I talk. I'm not doing weird stuff. I barely talk to people really. Even the most I talk to people is the chat room and this. So like I'm not really in somebody's DMs like talking to 3 a.m. Like, oh my god, what's your favorite potato chip? What's your favorite flavor of Fritos? So it's I don't I'm not like say nice in the chat room and here, and then I'm like telling your mama jokes to people in DMs and stuff like that. So it's like nothing happened. So that's why I'm really not that confrontational. I will respond. I don't start shit, but people start shit with me that they can't finish. And I don't know why, because it's always been, but that's always happened even in real life. Oh, what's up, John Rogers? Glad you made it. Oh, don't forget to smash that like button. It helps out the channel. But no, like I don't really. I mean, again, I don't talk to people a lot, but I don't fight with people either. That's like even relationships I've had. Like, yeah, okay, like we've had maybe disagreements and nitpicking and stuff like that, but it's never like smashing plates, throwing stuff. No, 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 fuck you. I wish I would have never met you. Like I've never had that kind of a um relationship with anybody. It's just like stuff it's just not working out. So, I wish you well, but we're just not going to talk anymore. So I've never, even like in a dating situation, I've never had a tense situation like that. I'm like, yeah, I've been, dated the wrong people and been unhappy, but it's never really been I'm not the type to really fight and argue because I'm always right. No, I'm just not. Plus, I'm older now too. Like, not everybody's gonna get along. You can only push an issue so far, and you really get to realize where people are coming from as far as the way they deal. Like they have a picture in their head of the way, like their head canon of me. I don't know where they get it from. I really do not, especially since I've been going live. Like, again, this is basically how like John Rogers has met me, so he knows this is basically how I am. I mean, I do let the other person talk, but I'm not like this attention whore, attention seeking. I prefer to be a quiet, just like I'd rather just sit back and watch everybody else and see what they're gonna do, and then I'll interject unless I've got something to talk about. But I'm not that butting heads type of person. Like I'm not a Leo. And what's up to Stowe Stew? Glad you made it. I want to go to said Nikki tickles me almost every show. Oh, thank you. You guys, sometimes you guys, I would just be having a bleh day or a whatever type of week, and just you go to the chat room anyway, no matter what. And some of you guys will say some of the funniest stuff. Like I've been cry laughing at things. Like there's stuff that I remember you guys have said with my bad memory. I still remember to this day some stuff that you folks have said that are just so fucking funny. Somebody was talking about like how drunk they were. They're like, "How many sheets do you have to be in the wind?" I'm that many, and I just I never put it that way. Like recently, we were talking about DVDs, and I said something like, "I when I first got DVDs, it took me a long time to like not trip over the fact that I didn't have to rewind them." That's what he said. They said I rewind my DVDs, and I lost my shit. So funny stuff like that. So, and And that's funnier than stuff that I watch on YouTube or like a TV show, even like Dark Shadows when they're unintentionally funny. Sometimes the stuff you guys say in the chat room is it's classic. It's just classic. Like some of you guys maybe should get into stand up. How do you come up with this? And because you're in the moment, so you just say the first thing, and maybe that's why it's so funny and the timing of it. Like we're not trying to be the next whoever you think the best comedian is, but we just crack each other up. Oh, like button smash. Yeah, thank you. It does help out. I got to I posted it. It was like 20,069 views on this channel. It's been 2 years. What the fuck? Thank you guys. I mean, like yeah, some of them are me cuz I watch my own shows back, but like I haven't watched 1,000 of my own shows. Oh, I laughed too hard. Now my nose is running. It's cold in here, like I said. My hands are cold. I want to warm up my fingers like this. Just want to go to be kind. Please rewind this TV. Oh shit. Then he had to get that tape rewinder because it really did help and it really did do it faster. And sometimes it was shaped like a sports car to just be extra funny. Joe Taylor says, I get that, but the channel owner hasn't done shit. I just can't comprehend. Uh, more people speaking up in chat. It's because it's just it is a violation of YouTube slash Google policies. So that's why I did mention that, like, hey, this is just you know, regardless of how I feel about it, this is a direct violation of the policy of the platform on which you upload. I might not have said it quite so eloquently, but that's what's happening. So, and that's what I said. And again, I don't read anything back what they have to say because I know at the end of the day they're not doing anything about it. And again, like I was saying, the way you get used to the way people respond to you, and you sort of understand the way their mind works based on the head canon that they have of you. Oh, what's up, Lisa Gray? Glad you made it. Says, hey, Nikki and gang, just got inside, worked outside with the freaking howling winds. Oh my god, 47 Fahrenheit, however. Oh, heat wave. Yeah, heat wave. Dude, that's hot. You might have I know sunscreen is bad for you, but cover up your arms so you don't get too tan. Oh, yeah, it's been like it's been kind of cold, like 50-ish. I use Celsius, so it's like 8 and 12, and it's supposed to be 22 in a couple days. But every time it gets a little bit warm, it rains. So at least the ceiling doesn't leak. That's a good thing. So yeah, it has gotten to the point that I've had to report that other channel since I've notified the content creator. I've notified them about that more than I need to because you would think after 4 months something would be done about it, but they honestly must think it's funny to just fuck with one person who has been a fan of the content they've been putting out for again almost 11 and a half years. um I'm not that type. If you've been around here for a long time, if I had been uploading for a couple of decades, I'm not going to treat you like shit because I've known you slightly less longer than someone I know in real life. John Rogers says it's 46 here now. He's, oh God, it just, that's why I can't feel my fingers. Joe Taylor says, I'm sincerely sorry that one of your happy places sucks. It really does suck because it is one of my favorite places to go to. 69% on the battery, lol. But I think I have said it here before, and it is true. I'm not always just there for the show itself. The show is, to me, it's bigger than that. It's everybody in the chat room, and I would honestly miss you guys. Like, I was so pissed off missing the Thursday show. I know it's just one day, and I really haven't missed a show since February 24th of 2015, back when it was Adalza. Um, It's about seeing you guys and having a good time. And I know there will be like one or two people who worry, and I don't want people to be worried about me because I'm not there when it's, like I'm not in the hospital, nothing, like the volcano didn't go off. I literally did not have Wi-Fi, and I was carrying boxes up the stairs and all that. Um, I don't want people to be worried when they're supposed to be having a good time, but it's really fucked up when it would be like if I were to let John Rogers come in here, since I do know him in real life, and just let him completely rip into one other person almost every time they're there. And the thing is, we are all adults, so okay, say you're saying comments that piss off another person. The person, like the person who owns the channel says, "Hey, stop doing that," and you continue to do it for more than 3 times again over the course of 4 months. That's just this year. This has been going on for years. But then I had to block that person because of their behavior. You don't want to go into a chat room and see that. Nobody wants to be on the receiving end of it. So that's why I'm quiet whenever that happens, because I'm taking screenshots, I'm sending screenshots, I'm clicking the report button and all that. I'm doing the right thing on my end. So that's why that happens. And it's like the old saying, you don't argue you don't get into it with stupid people because they beat you down to their level and then, punch you up with experience. And I don't have experience being that stupid. I'm above that. Daddy says, put him up, John, put him up. So it does suck that a place that I put so much time and energy in is the one place where I'm getting the most trouble from. Um, but it's bigger than just basically two people trying to gang up on me, because it's all of you guys that go there. It's more than that, who are just at the other chat room, who don't come here. Like nothing against them. I realize the show and the other show are two different vibes. So it's bigger than just two people giving me a hard time, because I think about every single last one of you guys, and I wouldn't want to see, like, if I saw this happening to somebody else, I would report it too. Like, dude, I see this every single show. These two people fight, and I know if I see it, everybody else can see it. Nobody wants to walk in any chat room and see people fighting like that. It's one thing if you're sort of talking shit at your friend, but I'm not friends with any cowards who don't have the balls to sit in front of a camera, or not use AI. I'm not that. Like, I've had to go through the process of cutting everybody I know out of my life back when I was like, I always like to party, drink and do some other stuff. But then, like, my best friend I knew my whole life, he decided heroin was for him. Like, we knew other people who were getting into it. Suddenly he got into it. Suddenly, he's stealing from his job. He comes to my house, things are missing. I go over there and I realize, like, they had to get high every day. I would party on the weekends sometimes, but it's not like I ever had to, like, I'm not into needles. They had to have a needle in their arm, smoking a cigarette. I know it's not the same thing. Doing a pill, and just like stealing, and losing their jobs because of it, and then stealing from family and fighting with them. Like, I don't need to be around that. It was making me sad, and it's not that I wish them bad, but I just had to cut all that out of my life. So I've been through that before. I went to go to Not Worried, but we do get an uneasy feeling when I don't see Nikki in the Twitch chat. I go there. I tried to go into the Quite Frankly chat room about 3 minutes till, because sometimes I'm running a little bit late. But if I get there early, I want to make sure both my screens are set up before I say anything. And then I don't care for 80s music. I've been missing so many Grace Still Plays videos the last couple years because I'm so sick of the 80s music. So I'm not going to listen to that at the start of the show. So I don't even turn the video on until 7. And that's when I say hi in the Twitch chat room. Oh, and then Went to Go To told me, I know you told me this in a DM, but I'm going to bring it up anyway. Because I said something on YouTube to them, like, hey, I'm moving, can't talk, but I love you guys. I totally forgot about hopping into Twitch. Maybe I was busy right that second, but he said that I think Jeannie Yankee fan said like, hey, Nikki's just in the process of getting moved, so don't worry. So I gotta thank her the next time I see her. But that was totally cool of her because it's just because you don't know when somebody like, oh, Wayne Smaldridge, we have not seen that guy. Maybe in 2 months. He's like 91, 92 years old, and I don't know what state he lives in, and I guess he used to talk a lot before the show started, but I'm not in the chat room very early before the show starts, so I'd say hi to him, and then he was quiet for the rest of the show, but he just has not been around. I just that's got me so worried. It could just be tech issues. I keep telling myself, maybe his computer died and the money's not right. So, um, he just people don't make the internet a priority like I do. So, I understand. Maybe he's got medical stuff going on, whatever. But like, I tell myself he's fine. He's just having tech issues. But I'm still if it's been going on for longer than 2 weeks, it's way too long. And if it's been like 2 months now, it's been at least a month. Joe Taylor says, "Sorry for distracting from your show. It really bothers me, and I can't say anything." No, it's okay. You're allowed to say you can. It's a balcony chat. You can bring up whatever you want here. It is. It really bothers me too. It really sucks because the day before any of that stuff happened, it just happened to be January 6th, and that's just a holiday for me. I felt really hyper for some reason. Something was just off. And then the next day I show up and I found out what it was. So I knew it was coming. I didn't know what, but I knew it was coming. But like how many times do you have to be told something? Like you personally. Like, hey, that's hot, don't touch it. Hey, that glass is broken, don't touch that. Hey, don't step on that with your bare feet. How many times do you have to be told not to do something, to be told something is bad, and you keep doing it? Okay, maybe with a kid, maybe they're just being stubborn, maybe they didn't hear you the first 20 times, but again, we're all over 18. And it's not like this is something that's happening in DMs. It's happening in a public chat room where anybody who watches the show live, anybody who watches the chat room after the fact can see that. So I don't understand why you're letting somebody behave in such a way that can get your own channel in trouble unless you just don't care about your own channel, which why would you have a YouTube channel and not care about the people watching it? That's what kind of like I understand why. I'm just asking the question to sort of be philosophical about it, but like why would you put on a thing and not care about the way other people perceive it? I mean, you can't let it bog you down. I'm not saying because if you worry about what everybody thinks about you, you're gonna stress yourself out and not do anything. I don't mean that, but I mean like you put out a good product, you put out a good show, but then you're done. You're done. You just that's it. You don't care who watches it. You don't care who likes it. You don't care what their thoughts and feelings are about it. You don't care about the way people who like your content interact with each other. I don't get that. I really don't. Maybe because I instead of starting from the top, I'm starting in the bottom, at the bottom, and like building up, and actually like, hey, actually like these people, and care about what they care about, and I would like to put on a show that people care about, and it's and have everybody have a good time rather than single out one person who again has been there more than both of them combined have been in the chat longer than they have. So it's like I know why it's happening, but I'm just again just putting the question out there like why would you like why is there a limit to you caring about how people consume what you put out there? Like I would hate to think somebody's like hate watching my shows, even though that has happened. So oh my god, I'm so famous. Stove Soup says I miss Captain Liberty. Always hearing him on the show. He had a great voice. Danny said Lisa Gray, good, great quote. I love the "Be honest and true" boys one that Frank plays. Yeah, not everybody pays attention to that. That's why there was a problem with the video that he played for the meetup, because somebody was not being an honest and true boy. I went over that back then. They can go fuck themselves. Oh, John Rogers says that he saw that. Yeah, we got to try to find Wayne. We really do, because I don't even know what state he's in. I just know that he is an Aries, and so I guess he must be 92 now. And that's it. I don't know. I know he's American, so he's in one of the 50 states. If he's in America, I guess. Lisa Gray says, I actually calligraphied that old poem for my son long ago. Aw. John Rogers, from personal experience, when you're close to death, nothing else matters. Yeah, when you're sick, when you're that sick, like even if you just have a really bad cold, like nothing matters. I was talking about in Dark Shadows when Willie was all weak and sick, and he sits up and he looks like a bald eagle chick with his hair all fucked up. But it's funny to see. But at the same time, if you were in that situation and getting drained of blood, you wouldn't give a fuck what your clothes look like, what your hair looked like, what nothing. When you're sick, you're just thinking about getting better. I mean, like the mail can pile up. Just the clothing can pile up for the laundry. You don't care. You just want to be well again, and that's where 100% of your energy goes. So if he broke his foot and maybe he just can't reach his computer, like I get it, but at the same time we don't know anything, so we just have to make stuff up and just like I guess he's okay. I hope. Really gotta sift this stuff. I wish there was. Can you put just honey in straight water? I'm sure that's awful. It wouldn't mix. It would just sink down to the bottom and look yellowy. Like, why are you drinking yellow water? Is that even water? You're disgusting. Yeah, but it just figures. It's just my luck that something that a place that I've gotten so much joy out of, and theoretically, I'm sure I do give people a lot of joy watching stuff I say and interacting them, also be the biggest source of an unnecessary and extremely childish, very high school harassment, because that's legitimately what it is. I've got some more screenshots to send YouTube to show a pattern of abusive behavior coming from one individual that's basically egged on by somebody else. So, and again, I don't know why, because I don't start shit with people. I'm not that type. I'm not fighting with people behind the scenes. Nothing like that. Joe Taylor says, yes, I hope Wayne is okay. Before I was banned, he would always give me a personal hi. Yeah, he always said hi to me. He'd always type it out. Lisa Gray, $68 for a half pint of local honey here. Yikes. Ooh. Damn, those bees are really chopping heads. I mean, if it's good honey, it's good honey. Ah! Dandy's right. Because it's hard for bees to make honey out of snow. LOL. I was going to talk about music. Oh, hold on. Again, not from me personally. I don't sing. But, uh, oh, when was it? I brought up before that, after 20, 2020, 21, 22, 23, after 7 years, Madonna's coming out with an album, and we didn't know what it was, and then it's Confessions on a Dance Floor too. And the original Confessions on a Dance Floor from 2005 is hot fucking fire. I've got the CD, but it's packed up. Do I? Yeah, it is packed up. But I've got the CD. It's great. It plays from end to end. There's no breaks in the songs. Love the concert. Oh my god. If you look up, it's called Erotica. You Thrill Me. It's specifically from that concert. It's so sexy. Love that whole era. It's like sort of it's very disco inspired, but it's also very modern. Like How High and Jump and Sorry and Get Together, all those songs. Anyway, so she announces this. And I sort of got used to the way it was with Gaga with Mayhem because one song comes out in October and then there wasn't another single until I don't know, I don't even remember now, but just months and months and months. But Madonna drops one song and I feel so free. That's what it is. It escaped my mind for a minute. It does sound like very much sound like a very like the beginning track to an album, a very like club. You just kind of vibe out to it, dance to it. I like it. At first, I wasn't listening to it right away, but then I kept thinking about it, so I started listening to it more. I'm like, I'm really digging this. So that happened, and then she goes to Coachella, which I don't care about, but then it started getting recommended, and I'm like, okay. I mean, I like Madonna, that's fine. And she was performing with Sabrina Carpenter, who I know nothing about, except I don't like her fake face. Like, okay, yeah, she's kind of cute and all, but that's not. She wasn't born with that face, so I don't. That's I don't. Nobody's cheeks are like that. But then you watch that, and they were singing like some of Madonna's hits, but then they start singing this other song that sounds very just another high energy dance song. But I didn't know if it was a Sabrina song. It's nothing I've heard from Madonna before, but I liked it, and there's clips of it everywhere, and it's super short. It was like 2 minutes and 43 seconds of a song. Turns out that was her second single, and then that just dropped. It actually dropped on Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern time, and that was announced about 5 days prior. So I, at first, it said 3 p.m. and I'm thinking, cool, 3 p.m. I'll listen to the song, and then I'll get stuff moved over. And then I read the tweet again, and it was 3 p.m. Pacific time. I'm like, four, it's daylight savings. 6 p.m. I don't know if there's time to listen to one song before 7 p.m. So long story short, I just happened to be in this in between area where there was nobody around me at 6 and there was nothing in the apartment. So I jump over to, like, I was already playing the song before I got the notification for it. I was that on it. And you gotta, whenever you play a song you like, you take the speaker onto your phone and you hold it up as high as you can. That's what I was doing. Well, that's called Bring Your Love, and it makes me think of the erotica era, and that was 1992. So it does have a very early 90s feel to it. I like it. It's really cool. I haven't listened to too many remixes of it yet, but it did just come out. I've been moving. So I really like that. It's really cool. But then ever since Mayhem and a lot of the songs on that from Lady Gaga are just worth skipping. I don't follow her on social media, nothing like that. She made How Bad Do You Want Me? Oh, okay, I'm fine with that. But I guess she did a song with somebody else for The Devil Wears Prada 2. I've talked about The Devil Wears Prada, the first one. Hot to death. You do want to see that? I have zero interest in the second one here. I mean, like, if it was on, I would watch it, but I'm not going to seek it out. I don't want to see everybody's plastic surgery. But it's a song by Lady Gaga and somebody else who I don't know. It's called Runway, and it's like the video for it is fine, but the song it's nothing I want to hear again unless I can find a solo version of it. So okay, you have fun doing that, Lady Gaga. I'll read in the chat room real quick. Joe Taylor says I tried steak Alfredo first time, made it in my instant pot, came out great. Ooh, steak. Lisa Gray said, "Oh, my son gifted me an Instant Pot a while ago. Need to get over my intimidation and try it. So far, it's been a great dust collector. I think I've got one of those. I want to say I've got a rice cooker. I think it's in, I mean, I know it's in storage. I can't remember the brand of it or something." Stove Soup says, "I'm out the door. Gonna hang with some friends tonight. Great to see everyone. Hope everyone's weekend is awesome. Yay, Nikki. Yeah, thanks for showing up. Have a good time. Watch some Dark Shadows. Smash the like button. Not for Dark Shadows. I don't know. I don't think they have a channel. I just saw something on Tumblr real quick. It's you can make a pancake pancakes in a rice cooker, but it's a rice cooker, so it's just this ball of pancake. But apparently, it's like hard on the outside and soft on the inside. Just oh, Joe Taylor says, sorry, I don't care about the music demons. Just wanted to say hi. That's cool. Love and prayers to myself and all the Franklies. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I don't follow too much music wise, but I mean, I've been a Madonna fan since forever, and Gaga's had a lot of misses, but she was solid up until 2016, and now it's just hit or miss. When it hits, and when it misses. So it is so far off the mark. So she still got that runway song. I don't care for it. I never have to listen to it again. I even took it out of my watch history. That's fine. But then just today, I'm scrolling through YouTube. I don't know exactly where I was because I wasn't listening to too much music, but it was something else for The Devil Wears Prada 2, and it's another Lady Gaga song. I was like, oh, I thought when somebody is on a music soundtrack that they just do one song, but okay, two is fine. But then actually look it up, or it was recommended. It's two additional songs. Like there's Runway, there's like Shape of a Woman. I didn't care for it. I listened to it just earlier. It's just not. It, it's just not. It's not terrible, but it's nothing I need to hear again. But the third song, what's it called? What's it called? Dude, I found this maybe 2 hours ago, and I've been playing it on repeat. I want to learn this song. I want to sing this song. It sounds like it's so much fun to sing. It's called Glamorous Life. It's a slower tempoed song. I thought it was going to be an upbeat, like dance type song. But no, it's slower, and I'm in the process of learning that. I was trying not to sing because my microphone abuse. Sorry. It wanted a hug. Who's so special? I do like this microphone. Dude, Glamorous Life. Dude, that's going in the rotation. I want to get that down. I need to learn this. It's good. It's really good. Why couldn't something like that have been on Mayhem instead of that fucking 80s and 70s shit? That's the other thing about Runway. It does sound very early 90s gay dance club, and I do like that how music sounds from that era, but the thing I've also found out recently is that modern music is not doing that well. So that's why people want to listen to stuff from the 80s and the 90s and even the 70s rather than something that just came out this year. Like people are just craving older style, older sounding music because it was, not to sound like an old person, but a lot of it was better. And that's what people want to listen to. That's what's getting listens on Spotify. So I guess that's why music is sounding like 80s and 70s and 90s stuff. But it's like that's how Runway sounds, and that's fine. But the other person on the song, whose name I really can't even pronounce, so I'm not going to say it. Like, I don't know their other work. They had nothing to it. John Rogers has been following Afro Man, lol. That dude won that case, man. Good for him. So yeah, another good song from Lady Gaga. Wow, it's something I do want to listen to and definitely learn. I don't know. Sometimes with new songs, I want to sing it right away. Other times, I want to make sure I have all the lyrics down. And I think that's what I'm doing with this. But once I do learn it, it's gonna be fun to sing. So I'm looking forward to that. Want to go to yes, sounds like the mic likes you too. The who gets a hug, who's so special, he's so pretty. Not bad for a $100 microphone. So it's well, because I had asked. I go to another channel, and I've been going there for since let's see, it'll be 6 years here in July that they've been doing a live show once a week. And so like we know each other there. The guy knows me by name, so I just asked him. It's like, well, what kind of microphone do you use? What kind of boom arm do you use? And he looked it up and he showed me, on the stream. Because we kind of dick around before the show proper starts, and so I looked it up, and they didn't have what he had, but it's the same company. I think it's Audio Technica. I've got the box up there. I just can't see it from the side. But I go to Amazon. It was like $100 before tax, so not bad. So yeah, I just think that's wild because dealing with the bullshit of having to just move for basically no reason, just because I want to raise the rent and move in non-Americans or drug dealers or animal abusers, some kind of perverts. Dealing with that bullshit and then getting well, we got the first Madonna song in 7 years, from an album, and we also found out that the album is coming out July 3rd. So I'll be up all night on the second, waiting until midnight for that to drop. So I got that. So we got 2 new Madonna songs. I didn't know Gaga was doing anything. And I get one extra song from her of all people. Like, wow, she's back to pronouncing all of her words. She's been back on that for the last few years. I want to go to. I did have to send the arm back because it's designed to hold a heavier microphone than what I have. That's all it is. Because I would bend it down and it would shoot back up like it was on Viagra. And I mean, LOL, but I don't want to talk like this the whole time. And so I contacted the customer service, and shout out to the Rode customer service, because you get the automated response and it's bullshit. They're like, go to our website. It's like, where do you think I just came from? But then a real person responds to you, and we had some back and forth. And I sent a picture, and I told them what kind of microphone I have. They're like, oh, well, it's just not heavy enough. And it's like, okay, well, thanks for all that. So it ended up just being a free box. I got a big long box for it, and when you go to return it, they don't even want the box back. You put it back in the original packaging, but the box that was shipped in, I got to keep, and that was great because when I was moving here, I just threw some pillows and maybe some other bedding in there. So it's a big box, so it was light. So it's again free box. So I was looking at it the way a cat would. But so far this works. I mean, I do have to hunch down a bit. I could raise it up a little bit more and sit up straight. But it's totally creepy when I talk and you can't hear my mouth, because what if I'm not saying these words? Somebody could edit in something else that I'm saying. And I don't know, maybe it could have it on an arm and it can be like sticking that away. I could, since I'm still using the same table that I used before. I mean, it's technically a desk, but this works so fine so far. My neck doesn't hurt any much worse when I'm done with this than it would any other time. What's it go to? Second story, gray walls, fireplace, and bonus balcony. Yeah, there's a balcony out there, so I could actually smoke it on the balcony if smoking didn't just make me so damn tired. I'm already tired. I don't need any downers, man. I don't need my neighbors coming over trying to party either. Like, hey, man, some smoke. Like, no, get out of here, man. It's quiet. That's what I need. I need quiet. It's fine with cars going by. It might be a hassle in the summertime when there's motorcycles. Those are so stupid. A real man would have a car. But that's fine. I'd rather have traffic noise than have to see people abusing their animals and letting their half naked children run around outside during a rainstorm, and people just letting their animals just run loose. So like that's much nicer. Plus, you're up on the second story. It's not like people are gonna come up here and trick or treating or something like that. So you kind of get up and away from people. Now that I think about it, like I was saying, there is an attic and there are two paint cans in there. I wonder if they're gray because, like I was saying, there's a space for the fireplace. It's white, there's white brick, but then up above it's that light gray where there should be like a rectangle, some kind of photo up there. But and then it's got the side walls are white and the rest are this light gray. Why can't those be light gray? Because it's when the sun comes in, if the sun could come in from the um east ish and it hits a wall, I don't think it would. Why can't that be a light gray? I don't know. I gotta look at that paint. Oh, Brian, glad you made it. It says happy Saturday, everybody. Yeah, thank you. John Rogers, yeah, I did get away from that road nightmare. Yeah, the other side of town I was on, they wait until right before tourist season to start construction, and that's what they're doing. So it's just nothing but they're adding a roundabout in one area, and then they're also it looks like they're going to be digging up the side of the road to put in like piping, plumbing, something like that. Water and tubes. So you've got to be on, one side or the other. They got the temporary traffic lights, and just people, at least around here, when they have to drive through construction, like they're not racing through, they're not being reckless. But it just takes one jack off to ruin that. God forbid hit somebody, whether they're working or in another car, and suddenly it's a huge issue. And where I was living at, I don't wait for trains. I don't have that kind of time. I never did. I've always got somewhere to be. I'm not trying to be sitting in a car dicking around waiting for a train to go by. If I want to watch a train, I'll watch Back to the Future Part 3, but not in my car. I want to get home. I want to get to where I need to go. So I don't wait for trains. I always drive around. But the way things are now, when you drive around, that's when you're going to hit most of the construction. And then even the road going across the train tracks was closed down for a minute. So it's not like I have to actually be physically to work and be late, but I know there are people in traffic who do have to go to work or pick up their kids or whatever. So I'm sure they're frustrated. And, don't start this shit up in end of February and have it done by is Cedar Point open yet? I know it's going to be opening up soon, but I'm away from that most of that um, touristy area driving over there. But I am still sort of on a main road, so it's not terribly noisy. Like right now, like I really haven't heard too many cars going by or nothing like that. You might hear some lights and sirens, but I would hear that at the other place too because I was near Route 6. So somebody's coming from out of town, lights and sirens, but it's not like it's a constant every 5 minute thing, randomly. Oh, John Rogers, they're putting in a bike lane. And then there's like the road between my town and where John lives. And apparently they're tearing all that up and it's going to be a 3-year process. Like it's like one of those one lane each highways. Those make me nervous. That's how Left Eye died. I will take 250 and take the highway to get to that town, but I just don't like driving that way. It just again that's how Left Eye died. It takes one person to stop or have an accident or slow down, and suddenly everybody's having a bad day. So it just makes me nervous. It's gonna be Brian is saying asking Lisa if it's freezing up there. It's gonna be 36 tonight in Ohio. It gets too cold. There is one place there because it sticks out a bit for the fireplace, but I've seen it twice when the sun comes out. You can see light up in the corner, but the windows are over there. So I got real close to it. I'm like, is that a fucking hole in the like just this really thin few inches long gap? Like, well, that's where the heat's going, and who knows what's escaping through the windows, but just Brian says, Kings Island is open weekend. Cedar Point probably is too. Ugh. Even more like weekends aren't busy enough and everybody's off of work. Then you got the amusement park open. I mean, it's fun if you like roller coasters. I don't know what the prices are like. I haven't been there since 2011. But you got to keep in mind there's people that save up their money all year and drive from, or not drive, but fly from Germany or Japan just to ride roller coasters. So you got them there too. Yeah, John has to drive that to work and home. He drives down that 2 lane highway. Because what I saw happen was, oh, Lisa Grace says a quick trip to the balcony, 420 here. Yep, 420, blaze it. I used to work over in his town, and it was for about 8 years. And it was winter time, and there's this street that goes over the tracks, and then you have to come to a stop, and it's literally, it's so steep, it's so dangerous. There's no reason why they don't fix it. But what happened was, I was driving, I was heading towards his town, and somebody was going, they go over the tracks, and then there's that where you have to stop, but it was winter time and it was frozen and they didn't stop, so they started like sliding and sliding and sliding. And I forget exactly if they came into my lane and I had to go around them, and I was just lucky nothing was coming the other way. But I saw that happen once. I can see it in my head right now, like, oh no, that's scary as fuck. Cause like what if I couldn't get around them? What if they were all the way in front of me? I might not be sitting here right now just to go to that shit job. Brian says the season pass is the only way to go. Isn't it with the season pass? Like every 4 hours, you can get like a meal or soda refills or like something. Because like school age, I was gonna say university, college age kids will get one of those so they can eat. Yeah, John. Oh, they're putting a roundabout there. As long as they smooth that out, because you can't have steep shit like that. We get hit with winters too bad. Sometimes the snow will like hit Port Clinton, bounce over my city, and hit where John lives. Not all the time. Suddenly, sometimes it's just ice and snow every fucking where. There's just no avoiding it, and that's one of those places. That's another road I don't like. I'll take it going back home, but not going. I'm not trying to sit there and like hang a left like an asshole or even make a right. Maybe in the summertime, it just depends, but I don't know about that. That's just too much can, one wrong accident, suddenly, you're fucked up, or you and another guy are fucked up, and the cars are messed up. So there's no, I've already been in a car accident. I'm not trying to go to another hospital ever again. So no, it's like, no, I'll take care of it. I don't do hospitals, man. F that ass. Lisa Gray says, now the roundabout song is floating through my gray matter. Oh. John says, I'll have to go through 4 when it's done in a 7-mile stretch. Oh. Like, a roundabout was fine after the first time, but that was in the Netherlands, so I expected. I had already read that you have the right of way in a roundabout, so the first time is scary, but after that, it's fine. It's, you pop your roundabout cherry, and then it's okay. And then you screw up, and there's my, I was supposed to, I, where do I get turned? You just see yourself getting farther and farther away. Like, I was supposed to go it. It's fine, but that's Europe. You expect that here. We don't need that shit here. People can barely obey. They have a lot of yield signs over there, too. You get off of the fucking highway, the freeway, whatever they call it there. And we're used to getting off of an exit, and then you stop, and then you bust your left or your right. Not there, man. You get off of the freeway. You come to a yield, and you get to keep going. Like, they want you to go, go, go. I mean, the Netherlands, it's like half the size of Ohio. It's teeny tiny. If you took Ohio and flipped it on its side and cut it in half, that's all you get for Dutch people. Oh, John says they're trying to speed up traffic to Cedar Point. Yeah, gotta make that money. I don't even want to know how expensive that place is now. I mean, roller coasters are fun, don't get me wrong, but you got to pay to park, you got to pay for your ticket. You're going to want to, like, if I go to an amusement park, I'm spending the whole day there. I'm not just going to go on 2 rides and go home because you have to walk to it and then walk back out. Well, walking takes time. I want to rest my feet on a roller coaster. So I don't know how they do it now. If you like roller coasters, I guess check it out. The prices were fair 15 some years ago, but now it's just who knows. I don't know anybody who, like, I worked with some folks that had season passes, but it sounded like they really just went over there to eat. Like they'd go over there, go on a ride, have their drinks, have something to eat, and then just call it a day. And that was all right because I worked in a store, but then I knew when I worked in the factory, I don't want to stand around in line at a place on my day off when my job 40 hours a week is to stand on concrete and box stuff up. Like, I want to rest my fucking feet. They don't have chairs over there. So why? It's just like being at work, except there's a roller coaster. What? And then you had to pay to get in. You don't have to pay to go to work. So what's the point? I don't know. I don't get that. Even when my weight got down, my feet didn't hurt to stand up 8 hours on concrete. I don't want to stand up more to go on a roller coaster. You just wait an hour or 45 minutes in line for a 3-minute ride. Oh, Lisa Gray, shoot, have to leave to your sister's soon. I haven't changed my studded tires over to my summer ones. Wish me luck a trooper doesn't hear me on the highway. Yeah, just drive in the uh I don't even know how you drive with those on regular concrete, cause can't they find you with the marks on the road? I watched this video not too long ago. The cops were looking to see where this woman had driven to in her car because she was driving on a rim, which is one of the reasons she pulled over. She did a worse crime than that, but that's what she was pulled over for. So, how do they track her? They just find where the pavement was tore up, and oh, she's parked by a dumpster. I wonder why. And you can just see that this, like, horrible. I'm not being obvious. You just honk your horn the whole way, woman. She just ended up killing somebody. It was really bad. John Rogers, Silver Dollar City in Missouri was voted best park 5 years now. Oh, that's what messed me up. Okay, Kings Island. Is it an island? I asked somebody that said no. I'm like, when will the lies stop? Was there an island that it just got filled in? I don't know. I've never been that far south. Brian says you have to pay an extra $185 on top of a pass price for the meal plan. Oh my God. I got drinks added on for $35. And that's just soda and stuff. It's not alcohol. Walking around with your like tequila sunrise and like the super long plastic tube with the silly straw coming out the top. Do they even serve alcohol over there? I don't even know. Yeah, and he said, I remember my mom had them back in the day, couldn't afford any tires, so we had to pull the studs out with pliers. Oh my God. Hold on, you can drive in a minute. Brian says you should try Kings Island. I would go to an amusement park on a Tuesday and then go to my chiropractor the very next day on a Wednesday. Because the last couple times I went, you go for the whole day, you have fun, you go on the roller coasters. I realize if you have a bad back, you shouldn't go on them, but roller coasters are fun. Anyway, the next day, like your upper back, it feels like a very mild case of whiplash because I had regular whiplash. That just feels like a mild case of whiplash. Like, I had so much fun. Can't move, but yesterday it was, I need to get that stuff fixed. Why? Oh, John Rogers says the Millennium Force roller coaster is closed permanently now, getting tore down. It's sinking. Oh, that was so much fun. I went on it when it opened. They can't move it. Bro, I would be so pissed off. That one was fun. It was scary the first time I went. I was never scared to get on a roller coaster till I got on that one in 2000. And you couldn't choose where you sat, like you couldn't queue up for the first car like other rides. Wherever you were in line, that's how you got on the ride. They didn't have time to fuck around. And me and my friend who went, we were going to be in the very front. Like there's four people in a car, and me and him were going to be right in the front. And I was that scared. There were these two guys that, right behind us. So I said to one of those guys, I'm like, oh, when do you guys want to swap seats? So we just did like that. I was still in the first car, but not the Millennium Force. Dude. That's too bad. You can watch videos of it right now on YouTube, and watch the hole and the twist in the tunnels and all that stuff. Like, I went on that before. That's too bad. Now my favorite is the Raptor, the green one. That it's killed a guy. It wasn't the roller coaster's fault. It was the guy's fault. One to go to says liability insurance for amusement parks in the last 10 years has seen increases ranging from 30 to over 300%. Wow. Is it because the riders are so big and it takes so damn long to load all those obese people on that they can't? You get up the hill and suddenly you think you're going downhill. It's like, no, that's just because there's an extra 100,000 pounds on this thing that the whole track is going to bend down into a dip. John Rogers says supposedly it's going to drop into the lake. Turn it into a water ride. Just put it in a tunnel. Do they do that? Do they have roller coasters where it's basically a dry coaster, but you go under the water, say like through a tube, and then you pop back out? You don't get wet, of course. Do they do that? They should do that. It's probably too dangerous to do that, but it sounds fun in my head. Check out, I think it's called Roller Coaster Tycoon. That might be the game. I know Grace Still Plays has played it. Those are, it's insane the shit you can build and just try to like break the game. Like you would kill, like you put somebody on a loop at 1,000 miles an hour, and it takes 3 years to ride it or something like that. It's like nobody would ride these rides in real life, but it's crazy what you can build. Oh, John Rogers says a Silver Dollar City has one. Oh, cool. Because I'm like, yeah, okay, like make it even more awesome and have the tube be, like clear plastic so you can see. I don't know if they build it out. Like have it be clear so you can see, like, oh, fish and pollution and whatever, and Jimmy Hoffa. But I just think it would be cool to go on a roller coaster, and you go under the water for a hot minute, and then you pop back up, like rather than just going through a tube or a tunnel, which is pretty awesome, and you could hear everybody scream, but you're also under the water. I just think that would be trippy. Just an extra long wait to get on the ride, but that just sounds like a lot of fun. My hair does never want to cooperate. My hair never wants to cooperate. It is dead as dicks. So I don't know which one of those Logan guys got in trouble for filming that dead fella in that forest hanging from a tree, but this is the only channel on YouTube that can show you a dead body and get away with it for 2 years. I mean, yeah, like Brian is saying, the Millennium Force is close enough to drop into the lake. It is on the edge of the island, but there's the road that goes, like, wait for that road that goes all the way around the island to get wet before you start tearing it down. Like, is it too heavy? Is it at a slant? Just make it tip the other. just tip it the other way. Now the Raptor's the one where like this dude went on the ride, lost his phone, his cell phone, and he told the ride operators, and they're like, well, we'll get it at the end of the day. And he couldn't wait for the end of the day, so he hopped over a fence or two that's 6 feet tall, and next thing you know, here's the lights and sirens, and his family has to go to a funeral. So as pissed off as I would be to drop my phone, because it's just going to be baking in the sun, what was on that man's phone that was so important that he had to grab it right then? Like normal dude, normal guy, wasn't like retarded or nothing like that. Because I went there once on retard day when I was a kid, and I was a kid, and I was there with my other friends who were kids, so every time we got in line, it's like, oh my god, it's time again, look, don't look at him, but look, oh my god, oh, they're on this ride too. That would have been in the 90s, mid 90s. It was a day in May. We just called it Retard Day because we were politically correct. As always, Brian says Roller Coaster Tycoon is the best PC game ever. Oh man. Oh, B-Champ, what's up? Glad you made it. Brian says he remembers when that happened. Yeah, it's probably, been after 2011 since I went, but like I always liked the Raptor. I liked it when it opened up that you get to sit down on it and your legs are free to just like kick and whatever. So you get to sit down. It's not like a stand-up coaster. Like it was the Mantis when I first went on it. Apparently they repainted it and renamed it, but it was the Mantis when I went on it. That's you have to stand up. I've been standing in line, but I don't want to stand more. I like the Iron Dragon better. It was right by there, but yeah, the Raptor, the green one. It's on the when you walk in. It's on the left. They used to have the pirate ride there. They took out the pirate ride and it all went downhill. But they had the blue streak over there. I don't know if it's still over there. That's it goes like that and then it swoops around and it goes like that and then you're done. And it's like 100 some years old. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. John Rogers says I drove that road when I delivered steel for the Magnum and the fence along the beach. Ooh, the Magnum's fun too. That's the one that was built before they had computers designing it, so it is like rough. It's like a rough version of the Millennium Forest, but the Millennium Forest isn't even open anymore. I like the Gemini. I don't even know if these rides are still open. The Gemini was fun. Yeah, good times. Even if you have a bad back, you can still go. Just take some Percocet or something. I mean, of course, if you're a pregnant woman, I'm sure getting jostled around like that is not good. So mind the warnings. I'm not the safety spokesperson. I understand being safe and not getting your body busted up, but I'm also a big proponent of having fun. So if it hurts a little bit, if the fun outweighs the pain, do it. Just do it. You only live once. Just do it. It's not like you were kidnapped and forced to ride a roller coaster for 18 hours and now you've got whiplash. I've never heard about anybody getting kidnapped and taken to an amusement park and like say forced to sit on the merry-go-round for 48 hours and then your ass is sore and you can't walk. I've never heard of that before. If you could write a story like that, like, oh my god, you're kidnapping me, don't hurt me, don't kill me. No, damn it, we're gonna have fun. I said fun! Get that golf cart! You better play that fucking putt-putt. I swear to God, man. Don't make me do something crazy. Like, I need another round of putt-putt. He's got a knife. I don't want to go on the swan boat. I'm not in love. Has that happened? We need a writer. Somebody should write that. I'm sick of having fun. I don't want cotton candy. Actually, all that sugary food's not good for you. That actually would be torture. Sugar makes me sleepy. It's like poisoning yourself. If I could drink a whole 2 liter of soda and just go to sleep, like that was so healthy. That's like 900 calories. I didn't need it. Soda's good, and then I drink one every once in a while. I'm like, this is why I don't do this. Why do I feel so sluggish? I'm still thirsty. It's like sugar's bad for you or something. Yeah, don't drink a lot. I was watching one of these YouTubers talking about, oh man, I love sweet tea, but I'm always so tired right after I drink it. Why? And I said in the chat room, it's the sugar crash, but then there's also maybe 500 other kids in there talking. I'm like he's not gonna read my one comment. He's still gonna drink sweet tea. I probably would too, but why do I feel like crap after I drank this and I'm still thirsty? This is like when I was a kid. I didn't learn my lesson. You get older, your body just can't handle those chemicals anymore either. So don't do that to yourself unless it's a special occasion. Go ahead and have a root beer float or whatever it is every once in a while, but don't have one every night after dinner. and wonder why you're so tired, and like suddenly your clothes don't fit and you gotta turn sideways to get through a door or something like that. But yeah, so just moving sucks. Just take it easy with that. Um, oh, I was gonna mention. Oh, we were on the topic of. We were on the topic. Like I was on the topic of music. I maybe mentioned this before. Real quick about Madonna, they have showed her in the club playing these other songs, but I'm sure they're from the Confessions too. But nothing official has dropped yet, so I'll save my opinion for those after the album actually drops. But before July and June, Evanescence is going to have a new album out, and their last album was no. Um, you couldn't hear Amy Lee, and if somebody can be heard, it's Amy Lee. So she must have pissed somebody and they turned on the volume. But they have a song out that I don't remember the name of because I listened to it more than a couple weeks ago. But it's not bad. I have talked about this before. It's really not bad. It's again they sort of blow their load at the beginning of the song by using the chorus, but aside from that, it's really not too bad. So I'm sort of looking forward to that. I doubt I'm going to stay up till midnight and wait for the songs to drop and listen to it like that. I'm sure I can wait for the next day. Just because her last album was just. If you want to listen to the bitter truth from 2021, you can, but look for the versions of the songs that specifically say louder vocals so you can hear more than just like the music and the arrangements, so you can hear Amy Lee. Uh, One song on there was okay. Part of Me, that was okay. But they were swearing in their songs. They never swore in their songs before. Like, watch your damn mouth, woman. Yikes. That's one band that doesn't have to swear to get their point across. So, uh, I do like the song "Perfect Imperfection." Is there a swear word in that? I mean, I'm not like blessing myself when I hear curse words because clearly I swear, but it's like when people don't swear and suddenly start dropping the fucks and dams and bitches and all this stuff. It's like whoa, whoa, whoa. Who'd you get mad at? Brian says root beer is good, but it's a special edition. Root beer's okay. It just needs caffeine. Why doesn't root beer have caffeine in it? It would be perfect if it did. Like that's why Dr Pepper is better than root beer because Dr Pepper has caffeine. Root beer is it going to change the flavor of root beer to put caffeine in it? Is it really going to hurt it that bad? It can't. Is caffeine, does it have a flavor? I don't know. I just like I need any more. But who is that hurting? Can you please make an adult root beer that's not the they make something called Not Your Father's root beer that's an alcoholic drink, but it's not nasty like beer. It literally just tastes like root beer, but there's a little extra flavor in it because that's the alcohol, and suddenly you have three and you're like, I could have another. These are pretty good. I'd like to have a root beer float with one of those. I don't know how it would work out. I don't know how vanilla ice cream I don't know if vanilla ice cream and alcohol hang out much, but like it, theoretically it would work. But I'm not a cook or anything like that. If you can't see, this is the Gray Still Plays Not Today Satan shirt. I've been kind of hunched down. I don't know why my chest looks so big. Oh my god, I saw it earlier. I swear it's not that big. You guys, Brian, every beer with a kick, yeah. LB Chap says, most times fizzy drinks also damage the teeth unless drinking with a straw, specifically a plastic straw. That's, I mean, because it's just sugar. It's just carbonated sugar water with other chemicals. So don't sit there and drink a bunch of sugar or a bunch of soda. Like make sure you're brushing your teeth before bed that night, specifically, because it's you don't want all that sugar and whatnot sitting on your teeth. But as far as the merch goes for myself, I know I didn't get around to this at the time when it ended, but everybody who was gonna vote on a merch uh idea, because there were two options for merch. The second option did get the most votes. That was the one with it's got a little bit extra going on. Like there's more going on with the hat with some flowers, like a peacock feather, just a little bit extra decoration versus the other one that just did not have that. But I like them both so much. I didn't know Frank was doing I didn't know there was a show on Friday, so I was still too busy to get in a chat room, but I had said something to Shane like, hey, can you email me both of those designs, like a high res version that I can turn into merch? But because what happened is he'd sent me an email in April, whenever it was, April, and I opened it. It was fine. I got the picture out, so I figured, well, I'll just go back into my email and find his email address and email him back, like, hey, can I get copies of these to turn into merch? But I go into the mailbox, the email's there, but either I tapped on it or it just vanished right away. I'm like, well, that's cool. I'll go into my trash. So I go into my trash. It's not there, like it never existed. So I mean, yeah, I can just wait for the Monday show and say something in the chat room there to him and ask. But I'm like, why would my phone just delete I didn't tap the delete button. I didn't swipe it any kind of way. It was just gone. But I want to turn them both into merch because some people honestly like both. Maybe two people just they sort of didn't say, but they liked Oh, Dan, do you know what announcement? They're gonna need more super chats. I had a feeling that was coming. That would be this year. He hasn't answered me. I'm just guessing. Because why would they put on a special show for her birthday after her birthday? Like I don't know. Like if I'm not at a live show, I never see it. I never go back and watch an episode when it's not live. Like they're having specific times that I have, like when I was on the show. Yeah, Danny. Yeah, I thought so. Um, Right, yeah. Oh, I knew that. Yeah. Of the two options, I knew it was going to be that again. I am not surprised. I mean, I knew it was a girl the first time because I saw the look in Frank's eye. Cause he couldn't say the sex because he like everybody knew except his dad, and he didn't want strangers like coming up to him saying, "Oh, congratulations on your a new female grandchild." But when Frank looked at the camera, that was his "it's a girl" line. So I knew it, but I didn't want to spoil it because I'm not. Don't be if somebody is going to announce the gender of their child, do not steal their thunder from them. That is one of the most dick moves you can pull. So like it wasn't my place to say what I already knew was going to happen. So I was just in the chat room. I just said, I'm sorry. Because I had a boy's name picked out already. But yeah, that's. I knew that was coming. Surprised. I wish I could pinpoint it, but you get to a certain age and not very much surprises you anymore because things just sort of follow patterns and you realize the way people are either mentally or physically what they're built to make. Uh, yeah. Okay. So I guess I won't be getting a dog. She must be awfully far along if they know all of that. I mean, I don't know. First of all, it's a bad sign that they're going to a hospital to find that kind of stuff out, aren't they? They had their first one in a hospital. That's not safe. Hospitals. Personally, I do not trust for any reason whatsoever. Like, I was really upset when John was in the hospital. One, I couldn't see to drive to go to the hospital where he was. Secondly, It was after 2020. I'll put it like that. Uh, okay. Ugh, that's even worse. Scorpio. Nothing wrong with Scorpios. I've got a Scorpio moon, but it's just the Scorpio moon and mm, Jupiter. My Jupiter is in Scorpio. That's why my your lucky time of year is whatever. Like my lucky time of year would be whenever the sun's at a water sign because my Jupiter is in Scorpio, and Scorpio is a water sign. So Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer are technically my lucky times of year. However, from personal experience, I have found out that like the worst things in the world will happen to me when the sun's in a water sign. I've got to walk on eggshells and do everything differently. But sometimes some of the best stuff happens when the sun's in a water sign. There's there's usually no gray area. I've been saying that for 11 years now. But there's really no gray area. You're either having a great day when the sun's in a water sign, or you're having a shit day. Or it starts out great and then it just goes down the hill like that road going to Huron. And there's no saving it. So, yeah, I felt that was coming too. I don't know. Plus, these folks, I've been around these folks for again more than 11 years, so you get used to how people are. And have you ever come across people and they're like, oh, I've changed. Oh, he can change. Oh, she can change. Like, count on one hand the number of people you know who have actually changed. Like, oh, they were a dick and now they're a nice person and give to charity. Or that person was a churchgoer and now they're a devil worshiper. I've seen that happen more often these days than not. They might call it something else, but I see that happen more. People, how many people do you know who have honestly changed for the better? Are there five? Are there six? And I mean, like say somebody's a heavy drinker and then they get sober. Okay, that's great. That's a change for the better. Usually, folks are like medium spicy, and then they just take a nosedive. Like, they started dating, and then it was like this. They moved to the state, and now they're on heroin. So I mean, I know people who have like they've improved their health and things like that. That's good, but I know more people who have gotten worse over the years rather than better. And I'm not necessarily calling anybody out. It's maybe that's just human nature, but maybe something happens and you just say fuck it, so you don't care about your health anymore or your sobriety. So like I low key I understand like shit happens, like shit happened to me. Brian says I get this, 3 grandkids, my middle son-in-law, and myself, all Scorpio. How does that work out? Wow. Like, do you get along or do you fight? Like, are you too similar and you butt heads? Or you guys are like this, like, dude, I was watching this video, like, oh, fuck yeah, dude, I'll pull it up right now. I was just watching it. You're like, I saw that first and I told you about it. Like, oh, dude. Because I grew up with a couple, with 3 guys, and 2 of them were Aries, one were Gemini. And those 2 Aries, they never got along. Never, never, never. Maybe because one was the oldest, one was the youngest. But they fought worse than anything else when we were kids. It could just be an age thing because if you're like a year different, that's like a whole world of difference. Let alone, like one was born in '82 and the other one was born in '85. So maybe because they grew up differently, like the older 2 had it rougher, and then the younger one came along, so it wasn't as bad. Maybe just because he was the youngest, so the oldest one picked on him. But like for having the same sign, being born in the same month, those 2, I never thought they would get along. Then later on, we got older, and they would hang out at each other's houses and like party and kick it together. But as kids, whoo. That's where I learned boys fight. Boys just fight. So I was not surprised reading about the Marx brothers chasing each other around, and Groucho and Chico never got along. That's just how boys are. That's just how it is. Boys fight. You just gotta let them get it out. Right? Mostly get along. LOL. Except one time with the son-in-law. Well, like son-in-law, like why'd she ever fucking pick you, man? Whatever happened to that one boy you used to date? And you married him? This guy? What happened to that other dude? Let's call him up now. See how. No, it's. Don't be an asshole like that right in front of him. Wait till he leaves the room before you talk shit about it. And as long as it's all in good fun. They fought really bad. I mean, nobody put anybody in the hospital or anything, but boy, it's fine. It happens. See, they would wait and announce something like that when I'm not around. No. Oh, no, wait, it was a Friday show. I wouldn't have been there anyway. I did think it was odd that they were doing a Friday show at 7 p.m. Like, that is so 2025. Why the retro showtime? But I was in the middle of, I had to get some stuff uh, delivered, so I was waiting on deliveries and just in the middle of stuff to I wouldn't have made it to that show anyway. But do notice how they wait until like that's the second actual real show that I've missed in 11 years, and and they announced that. "Oh, let's wait for Nikki to miss a show. Hold on, she's gonna move. Wait for it. Not Thursday. She might be there. Well, let's do a Friday show. She might not be there, and it just yeah. No, it's so. Uh, it's a I sort of knew that was coming along anyway, so I'm not. Um, I had my suspicions when somebody called in. It was my fault because I mentioned I was talking. I didn't mention them by name, but I was talking about this one pervert pedophile that used to. He was friends with somebody, and this person happened to know things before anybody else did because they were knew somebody was like close to the person who owned the channel, and this guy was a pedophile sharing like me and him and another person having a conversation, and suddenly this pedo sends a photo of his like niece and nephew. Like, we weren't even talking about kids. Why are you sharing pictures of children that aren't even directly related to you? And like, now this pervert has a child, and apparently they haven't caught him yet because it wasn't calling from jail. So that pervert called into the show, and I was on Twitch like, I'm sorry, we shouldn't even. Chat room summoning works for good and bad. So I'm sorry that happened. So I started to get a bit of a feeling back then. So it's I'm not surprised. Um, yeah. Uh, she will be 6 later this year. Yeah. So like what, 5.5 now? Because they had their first kid in 2020. Yeah, in a hospital. Like I'm saying, me personally, I wouldn't go for any reason, but that's just me. Oh man, I'm glad you guys had a couple of extra hours to spend with me. I feel so much better after talking to you guys. I missed one show and it felt like it was forever, and it just been so run down, and everything's just been up in the air, and the Wi-Fi just got turned on today, and it's just, I feel like I can finally start getting back to normal, and I can go to my normal house in Minecraft, and where I expanded the field out, and just and gray walls here, and a balcony and a fireplace, and it just it sort of feels like some things might be heading in the right direction. I always feel like the channel is doing well. I get to see you guys. I always feel like my channel is on the upswing. It might be a slow upswing, but it's still an upswing. It's okay to be a smaller channel. I kind of dig that because we all know each other really well. So that always feels good. I'm glad I've got this to keep me focused. I hope this is something you guys are used to seeing every Saturday at least. I'm glad I got to keep up with my schedule. I would have never forgiven myself if I couldn't come to this show. I was thinking if I had to, I'll just talk to myself for 2 hours from like 4 to 6, and then upload it, and then have it premiere and be in the chat room with you guys talking like, no, it's not live, it's pre-recorded, but I recorded it so I could talk to you guys because I wanted to talk to you guys. Jen Ryder's got the D Live notification for Coffee Talk for Sandra. If you get notifications, you can still get on D Live, LOL. That's so odd because they were supposed to have shut down back at the end of last month. Maybe they changed their mind. Dandy said, glad the move went well. Yeah, things went pretty well. I was so worried about this table because it's got a bum leg, but that got over. The Wi Fi got over. So that means I get to see you guys. And I think once I get a few hours of Minecraft under my belt, things will start to feel more normal, even if it is so cold. That's why I keep doing this. It's probably like 70 in here. Damn, it's like October weather. Right, says good to see you also, Nikki. Yeah, thank you. It's great to see you guys. It's great to see you guys with your pants off. Oh, John says the website's down. Oh, D Live is weird. Good people over there, but just odd. Oh, but yeah, it's good to see you guys. I'm glad you guys are on my side as far as the harassment goes. Again, if you don't like that, report it. Say something to the show owner because that's something like I would not put up with here. I don't know why anybody would put up with that. Like, point out three things that I've done in the last 11 years that would warrant that kind of treatment from two different people, and I might change my tune, but I'm pretty sure I don't have to change my tune. I'm like 99.100% sure I'm in the right, and so that's how I'm proceeding. So I'm glad you guys got my back. I would have you guys' back too in the same situation. It's not a big balcony, but I wish I could have you guys over to smoke out on it sometime, or at least just hang out if you don't smoke. Want to go to an excellent show, Nikki. Thanks for keeping us in your loops. Yeah, thanks for hanging out. I do like doing balcony chats too, which is just something different. I like the Dark Shadow stuff too, but I'm glad I get to talk to you guys and see you guys. John Rogers says, have a great night, everyone. Yeah, smash the like button on your way out. Make sure you are subscribed. Pardon me. And I am looking to just do, as far as next Saturday goes, just a regular Dark Shadows review. And, possibly another balcony chat this week. Harassment from a moderator on another channel that's been going on since January 7th. You can see it going on. If it continues, I'm just gonna have to tweet out all of the screenshots. Otherwise, if YouTube ends up not doing anything, I'm just gonna have to post it publicly. Like I don't know where else to put this because there's absolutely nobody who can give me guidance about this except myself. I'm doing everything right. So after that, all I can do is put it on blast and well, if I'm on the wrong, I'm not. I'm just not. I'm not. I don't start shit, I finish it. Danny says, sleep well, chat. Yeah, you guys are the best. Don't forget your pants. Get something good to eat. Get something to drink. And stay based and sexy. And I will slowly be seeing about getting. If you know any place that does sell T-shirts, like I don't know, Teespring or whatever any of them are, you can send that email. You can email it to me. You can put it in a comment, and I'll see it. Because I kind of really don't care if I don't really make any dick on selling merch. I just want you guys to have it. Like I want to wear it so bad. I want you guys to be able to wear it too. Just to have something, physical that's not just like videos and chats, something you can actually touch. So like that kind of trips me out. A physical manifestation from the internet is what that would be, and it's thanks to Shane B, and it's thanks to you guys for voting on it and just being awesome for these last 11 years. And there's just nowhere to go but up. I think my voice cracked again. I'm hitting puberty. But yeah, I love you guys again. And just have a great rest of the week. I'll see you in a chat room. I want to end this before my machine chimes off for a low battery. But I love you guys. You guys are the best. Thanks for being around. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being other places. And yeah, just keep being awesome. And I'll keep it together for you guys. You guys make all of the bullshit worth it. So drive safe, chat safe, follow the rules of the platform on which you chat. If you see something bad, shout it out. Brian says Shane B is awesome. That dude is so cool. Oh my god, like he did that for free too. That I cannot. If I met that dude, I would cross. He made a shirt for me. Oh my god, cool guy. But I'd probably freak out to meet any of you guys. You guys are like celebrities to me anyway. So Danny says cheers. John says night all. Yeah, take it easy. Watch some Dark Shadows. Play some Minecraft if you've got an extra $30. Not sponsored. What to go to says tis well. Yep, tis well. Brian says thanks, Nikki. I love you guys. Take it easy. Come on, arms down. Until next time.